Yeah, whoever can make us dry heave first wins it.
The name of the game is one-upsmanship, ladies. Make that a woman's ship. Woo! In! Let's see what you got. Marianne, first blood is yours.
First blood, eh, Bonnie? Reminds me of that time all our periods synced up in '07 and the grocery store couldn't keep up with demand. I decided to stuff a sock down there to keep her sanitary, but stole a pair of children's socks from the donation bin at the Sally Ann, so I wouldn't have to use my own.
I still use socks, Marianne. Wool socks for my heavy flow, sockettes for my lighter days.
I just sat on a bale of hay for 3 days. Instead, I was sunbathing.
Once I was on the toilet and I was leaning my arms on my knees for way too long that my legs ended up falling asleep. And then when I got up, I did a header right into an in-use baby changer, and that's how I got kicked out of Canada's Wonderland for the first time.
You know how guys piss in water bottles on long car rides? One time I was driving to the Sioux and took a dump in a Tupperware.
I once froze my own shit in a condom because a gal told me she was interested in putting it up herself. It's my first Alaskan pipeline. Would not be my last.
A dude once asked me in bed to show him something he'd never seen before, so I gave myself a dirty Sanchez.
Any of you's ever filled your mouth with Kool-Aid and had a dude dip his balls in it? No? Then I'm the only gal here who's done a Mississippi bird bath.
I once had a fella sitting behind me at a ball game puke on the top of my head. He was arrested for public intoxication. So I followed him down to the station, thanked him for the ramen yarmulke, and requested another.
A guy once asked me to puke in his mouth, and then we had a fist fight over whether or not it was called a cold lunch or a Spanish breakfast.
My man was smoothing me one time, and I woke myself up with a fart directly onto his dick. I was embarrassed and apologized, but he enjoyed the warmth and said people pay good money for a hot Richard.
I once partook in a bukkake. And if you don't know how many dudes are involved in one of those, the answer is at least 3.
I once fucked a guy on a campsite who looked like a UTI waiting to happen. So I preemptively stole $40 from his wallet to pay for the meds. I didn't end up getting a UTI, so I used the money to go to a water park, where I got a UTI.
I get real nervous during pap smears. Once farted into my gyno's face so hard, farted his hair right down the middle.
I once squeezed so loud after sex, my neighbors thought I bought a dirt bike.
Well, I once queefed so loud after sex, it was like my mitt was sending a warning shot to my butthole about who's in charge.
I once squeaked so loud after sex that the dog heard and answered the call of the wild.
I fucked the ginger. And boots. And they fucked an ostrich.
Well, we have